Hello my gems, and welcome back to the Realm Divine. So in this video we are going to be talking about kind of a touchy subject, I suppose, for some people. We're going to be discussing divining on the down low, and I just thought that title sounded really cool, but not just divining, but also any kind of spiritual practices, witchcraft, if you will, magic, whatever. Things that aren't terribly well understood by some people, and we all know that with ignorance can come a certain level of fear and worry. So if you're currently in a situation where outing yourself as someone who practices these sorts of things would be less than ideal, then you may be able to incorporate some of these things into your daily life to help kind of ease that transition, or just straight up hide it if you need to hide it without mincing words too much. So we'll start with divination specifically. If you know about the origins of tarot cards, you may know that they originated from playing cards. So each of the playing cards has a tarot card associated with it. The suits are direct mirrors of the tarot suits, so they're like interchangeable. This is mainly helpful if you already know all of the tarot associations. Of course, you could just, you know, draw your cards from your regular deck of playing cards and then just look up what their mirror is supposed to be. So that's one little trick to keep up your sleeve if you need it. Another one is DIY incense spray. So this is also helpful for people who have smoke allergies. So if you have smoke allergies, this could be a great alternative for you. But what I've seen is people will either get like the fresh herbs or flowers or whatever it is, boil them in water or steep them in water, like in a sunny windowsill for a few days or a week, or however long it takes for it to kind of become infused with the water. And that can either be infused in like a spiritual sense, like you just know that it's been in there and so it's in there, or in the sense that like you can actually smell the herbs or flowers or whatever it is in the water when you spray it. So whichever one works. And also there is just the idea of intent. So you could just get a spray bottle filled with water and just put like a drop or two of oil in it and you'll know it's in there, and that's all that matters. So whatever works for you, but DIY incense spray could be very helpful if you're not keen on burning incense or if that would look suspicious. Okay, the next one is a fun one. Also a little bit riskier because there would basically be no way of explaining it away if someone did find it and you didn't want that kind of attention on yourself, or you didn't want like a particular person to know about this. And that is having a little tin, like an Altoid tin or some other small tin with like a tightly clamping lid that you use as either like a portable altar or just a little secret hideaway for miniature ingredients for whatever type of spell work you like to do or whatever it is that you're into. I have some recommendations for what I would put in it. I'll also insert some pictures here of what other people have come up with for theirs. I do not own these photos, I did not make these photos, I just found them online and thought they would be a great resource for someone like yourself if this is something that you're interested in making. So what I would recommend putting in a little secretive little Altoid tin would be a miniature deck of tarot cards, or if even that makes you a little too uncomfortable keeping it like in your house or dorm or wherever you are, you could even do just a miniature deck of playing cards. They make tiny ones that are like maybe an inch or two tall by an inch or two wide, like they're very, very compact. A birthday candle, if you're into candle magic or if you enjoy using candles in your practice, really small birthday candles are perfect. They come in all different colors. There are also trick candles, which are harder to blow out, and those can be handy if you're looking for something that's a little more long-lasting. Matches, of course, to go with the candle, or whatever you prefer to start fires with. But matches are also very small and compact, so keeping even just 1 or 2 like wood matches in your little kit could prove very, very helpful. You could do like painted round thin pieces of wood, so like tiny circles of wood, and you can paint them with different symbols that mean things to you. It could be like the different elements, it could be the different tarot suits, it could be words of empowerment that you really like, it could be gods or goddesses that you feel a strong attachment to. Stones, of course, a lot of people use crystals in their practices, so having like a little bottle or bag or capsule or whatever with a few different types of stones in it could be super handy. Also a bit loud though, so you could keep them in like a soft pouch if you're worried about someone hearing it rattling around. Chalk is also very useful if you're into any type of like drawing in your practice. I think that chalk is a really cool medium. I like it better than like pens or pencils. So if you draw sigils or if you just like to write on things with chalk, then that would be super easy. Something else you could keep with it is like a tiny piece of like chalkboard, like whatever that material is that you can write on. That way it can also be erased, but it's reusable basically an infinite amount of times until you have to buy a new stick of chalk. So something like that for writing spells or doing sigils or any of those other things that I know I've mentioned like 50 times already. I have a freaking fuzzy in my mouth. Okay, the last thing is mundane wish magic. So it's kind of surprising how far removed people think they are from magic and spellcasting and all of that, but it's so integrated into some parts of our daily lives that people wouldn't even bat an eyelash. That was a completely unintended pun. But they wouldn't even bat an eyelash at the types of mundane wish magic that people do every day. So one of those things is wishing on your eyelashes. If an eyelash falls out and lands on your face, or if you scratch your eye and you get an eyelash, if you blow it off your finger and make a wish off of it, tons of people do that. There's also like when you blow out your birthday candles, that's wish magic. There's people who blow like the little dandelion seeds off the dandelion head. Wish magic. It's everywhere. Making a wish on a shooting star. Making a wish when the clock is at 11:11. There's so many of them, and if you want, you could make that a more serious part of your practice if you need to, or if you want to. Some people are just really into wish magic, and I think it's really cool. I love wish magic. I think it's fun. I think it's very lighthearted. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. And tons of people, even people who would never think of it in the context of spellcasting, they still do it. They do it like every day, or at least once a year for people who celebrate their birthday. So that's just a little bit of food for thought. And I hope that maybe that opens up some new avenues for you in terms of mundane things that you can do that may not seem like what you're putting your intent in it to be. So, oh shoot, something else I just thought of. If you're taking a bath or a shower, that could be like a cleansing ritual for yourself. It could also be to wash away negativity, bad vibes, etc. Like there's so many little things like that that you can kind of take and incorporate into sort of the more mundane side of your life, just to try and, you know, pepper a little bit of spirituality in there. That's about all I could think of off the top of my head for what I would keep in like a little either altar tin or magic travel kit or secret I cannot come out to my family with this yet kit, whatever it's used for you, or whatever you want to call it. So whatever you needed this information for, I hope it was helpful to you. I do want to put one disclaimer because this totally freaks me out and I'm a huge worrywart, but if you are in a situation where you're with either very conservative family or people who would react very negatively to you coming out as a pagan witch person who enjoys doing magic stuff, whatever you want to label yourself as, or even if you're just starting to explore and you don't even have a label for yourself yet, or you don't want a label for yourself, please be careful. If you know that, like, if someone found that little Altoid tin that had little pentacles painted on it, or, you know, a little mini deck of tarot cards in it, and they would lose their shit, please, 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 please be careful. Maybe stick to the more, like, mundane wish magic side of things until you get into a safer environment. Practice responsibly, even if it's not fair, and I know that sucks, and people can be ignorant and very fearful, and it makes some people lash out, unfortunately. I don't want to see you the target of that lashing out, so just be mindful of the situation you're in and any possible repercussions that could come from practicing these sorts of things in a more open manner. So yeah, stay safe. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it helps at least one of you. Even if this isn't something that you need to be, like, on the down low about, and it's just something that you were looking to incorporate into your life a different way, the mundane stuff I think is really cool. A lot of people do that. There's like a whole huge section of witchcraft that's like cottage witchcraft. Look into that. It is a fun rabbit hole to fall down. That's like using your herbs that you cook with for like spell work and like just all sorts of stuff that you would never think about basically, but it seems so obvious once it's laid out in front of you. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time filming this and coming up with these things. If I think of any more, I might make like another Instagram post and kind of stick them over there, just because I know that once my wheels start turning up here, they don't typically shut off for a while, so there may be more that I think of. But if you liked this video, please like it, and if you would like to be here for when I post again, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can see whenever I upload. I know that sometimes, even with the little bell notification, for some reason videos don't always get pushed to your inbox. So I do upload every Friday, so if you don't see a video, check back on Friday. It's probably there. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. Stay divine, and I'll see you next time. Bye.